पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। इस्कॉन फिलाडेल्फिया की जय। जय श्री श्री राधा शरद बिहारी की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। नृसिंह भगवान की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Good morning. Thank you so much for this opportunity to read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We'll continue from Madhya Lila, chapter, one second, chapter 4, which is, I think, the transcendental qualities, devotional qualities, Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. And we will continue from text 187. We will have a group reading. Anyone would like to read the Sanskrit, Bengali, please feel free. And English also, will share it. Okay, sounds good. Okay, 187, am I right? Yeah. So up until now, we have this section, actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying, or Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is glorifying the activities of Madhavendra Puri. Any volunteers for the Bengali reading? Okay, so I will try. এই তার গাধ প্রেমা লোকে দেখাইতে গোপাল তারে আজ্ঞা দিল চন্দন আনিতে. Sri Gopal wanted to show how intensely Madhavendra Puri loved Krishna. Therefore, he asked him to go to Nilachal to fetch sandalwood and camphor. বহু পরিশ্রমে চন্দন রেমুনা আনিলা আনন্দ বড়িলা মনে দুঃখ না গণিলা. With great trouble and after much labor, Madhavendra Puri brought the load of sandalwood to Remuna. However, he was still very pleased. He discounted all the difficulties. If anyone wants to read the English, please let me know. Or Bengali. Mother Nilanjala, you want to read the Bengali? Nilambari? Mataji?
Yeah, I can do that.
Read the Bengali, please.
পরীক্ষা করিতে গোপাল কইল অজ্ঞা দাস, পরীক্ষা করিয়া শেষে হইল দয়াবান. I'm sorry, আজ্ঞা দান.
Yes. Dayavan, that's right. Agyadana, yeah. To test the intense love of Madhavendra Puri, Gopal, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, ordered him to bring sandalwood from Nilachala. And when Madhavendra Puri passed this examination, the Lord became very merciful to him. 190.
এই ভক্তি ভক্ত প্রিয় কৃষ্ণ ব্যবহার বুঝিতেও আমার সবার নাহি অধিকার.
Such behavior exhibited in loving service between the devotee and the devotee's lovable object, Sri Krishna, is transcendental. It is not possible for a common man to understand. Common men do not even have the capacity.
এতগুলি পরে প্রভু তার কৃত শ্লোক, যেই শ্লোক চন্দ্রে জগৎ করিয়াছে আলোক. I don't know what is that.
Yeah. After saying this, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu read the famous verse of Madhavendra Puri. That verse is just like the moon. It has spread illumination all over the world.
ঘষিতে ঘষিতে জয়ছে মলয়জ সার, গন্ধ বাড়ে তৈছে এই শ্লোকের বিচার।
Continuous rubbing increases the aroma of Malay sandalwood. Similarly, consideration of this verse increases one's understanding of its importance.
রত্নগণ মধ্যে জয়ছে কৌস্তবমণি, রসকাব্য মধ্যে তৈছে এই শ্লোকগণ।
As the cost of money is considered the most precious of valuable stones, this verse is similarly considered the best of poems dealing with the mellows of devotional service. I want to make sure, yeah, I didn't, okay, just want to make sure I didn't turn off the purport. 194.
এই শ্লোক কহিয়াছেন রাধা ঠাকুরানী, তার কৃপায় স্ফুরিয়াছে মাধবেন্দ্র বাণী।
Actually, this verse was spoken by Srimati Radharani herself, and by her mercy only was it manifest in the words of Madhavendra Puri.
কিবা গৌরচন্দ্র ইহা করে আস্বাদন, ইহা আস্বাদিতে আর নাহি চৌঠজন।
Only Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has tasted the poetry of this verse. No fourth man is capable of understanding it. Purport. This indicates that only Srimati Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are capable of understanding the purport of this verse. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chaksharan Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschyata Desatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. I would like to seek blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas. With your cooperation and blessings of Vishnugada Prabhu, Dhanacharya Prabhu, all the senior Vaishnavas, we will refresh and share something. Vishnugada Prabhu, would you like to say something after now, please?
I'll speak a little after you speak. That's all right.
I was going through just a recap this subject, this title. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is titled as the devotional service of Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appreciates so much. He appreciates so much how Krishna has become very much affected by Madhavendra Puri's love, that he not only came to his dream, he accepted his service. He wanted his service. He asked him to restore, from this, the bushes he was covered. Such a wonderful activities has been performed by installation of the deities, Gopal deity. Not only that, he came to his dream. He revealed his heart, what he wants. He revealed his heart, what he wants. Krishna himself stole the pot of sweet rice for him. So, Madhavendra Puri's activities really glorified, because his activities, we can say, is a menial activity. What did he do? He did not give, doesn't look like anywhere he gave big lecture or anything. And he simply followed the order of Krishna all the time. And without hesitation, small or big, convenient or inconvenient. I think that's what is very much is pleased. Lord Krishna is very much pleased by seeing his devotion. He took all the inconveniences to go all the way to Jagannath Puri. I don't know if anyone knows and how far from Braj to Jagannath Puri. It's all done by walking. And he took so much of inconveniences and risks to collect the sandalwood and camphor. And that to everything he has done without any complaints. Without any complaints. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying, he's saying that, the verse which I think we are going to read now at this time, very soon the verse is going to come. The verse which is recited by Madhavendra Puri is very, very purifying, and no one can understand except Srimati Radharani, because it belongs to, that's the heart of Radharani, and who can understand the heart of Radharani? Only Radharani can understand, and the other two people is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because he's non-different than, he imbibes the Radharani's mood. That's why he's known as that Radha Bhava. So that's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can understand. At the same time, it is said that even Madhavendra Puri can understand that mood. No fourth man can understand. That's the verse. So at the same time, just repeatedly reciting or remembering Madhavendra Puri's devotional activities is such purifying. It will cleanse everyone's heart and give devotional service. So the whole chapter is actually glorifying Madhavendra Puri's mood. And we all are followers of Madhavendra Puri. Brahma Madhva, Gaudiya Sampradaya begins from Madhavendra Puri's. When I was reading just to see what we all read, it's so humbling, inspiring, to see that any one of us can actually appreciate this activity and engage in humbly in devotional service. The interesting point is, this indicates that only Srimati Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are capable of understanding the purport of this verse. So my question is, no one else? Vishnu, that we can share on this.
I have to share on that. I can't share on something else.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Just a couple of interesting points. This is right after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taken sannyas. And also Madhavendra Puri himself is a sannyasi doing these services. So sometimes it's thought that deity worship or service to the deity form of the Lord is for the neophytes. But we see that the greatest advanced devotees like Madhavendra Puri and Lord Chaitanya here is relishing these pastimes of the devotees interacting with and doing service for the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his deity form. That's quite important to know, to think about. Then, in addition to that, we see that Lord Krishna as Gopal was hot. Usually you don't think of Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead as transcendental, but he's hot. So he's asking for the sandalwood pulp. So this, helps us to reinforce the idea that, the service that we do for Lord Krishna is not just a ritual, but it's practical as well. You follow, just like when a devotee fans the deity, is it just a ceremonial, or is it to actually create wind to cool the deity if the weather's hot. You follow?
Mm.
So these are, important things to think about. It's not just this pastime, but also the next pastime also of Shakshi Gopal. That's going to be another pastime of the devotees interacting with the deity form of the Lord in devotional service. Then he says that Lord Krishna wanted to show Madhavendra Puri's great love.
Mm.
So who is he showing it to? How is he showing it? That's kind of predicting the existence of this Caitanya Caritamrita, isn't it? Because
Mm.
we're learning about it through the Caitanya Caritamrita, hearing about it, not other ways. So that's good. Lord Krishna wanted to show. Okay, he's showing it through this, yeah. And another point being that it said that the Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that that Lord Krishna tested Madhavendra Puri and thus gave him mercy. He passed the test by bringing the sandalwood pulp, correct?
Yeah.
So, but he also got mercy even before that.
Right.
Just by going there, he got mercy by the Amrita Keli Kheer.
Mm.
So then, what mercy specifically did he get from completing the task, going there and then making the sandalwood available to the Gopinath deity? As there are many dreams in these pastimes, like 3 or 4 dreams, isn't it? So it's a
Mm.
very dreamy interactions here. But is it that the mercy that Madhavendra Puri received was understanding this relationship between Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani, as mentioned in this verse? Is that the mercy? I don't know. That's just an open question. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Because it said that by passing the test, he got the mercy of Lord Krishna. So with that test was to deliver the sandalwood. So yeah, I don't know that. And similarly, devotees in the Krishna consciousness movement are faced with tests all the time in terms of engaging in devotional service, in spite of all kinds of obstacles and difficulties placed by circumstances or other people. So seeing it in relation to Krishna testing one is a healthy way to advance in devotional service instead of just blaming somebody for this or that happening to one. You follow?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's a very nice point.
Okay, yeah. But as far as you mentioned that the Gaudiya Sampradaya starts from Madhavendra Puri. Could you explain a little bit more about that? I didn't quite understand that point you made.
Well, Gaudiya moved because Madhavendra Puri imbibed this Brajabhava. Brajabhava is not manifested. From next verse also I think this verse is going to come. This is the
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is not that it started from Madhavendra Puri, but this aspect of it began. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. I got you. Okay. Okay. Just wanted to clarify that. Yeah.
And to continue what you mentioned, it's such an amazing. Is Krishna is testing. Well, really testing at the same time. Krishna is setting example. What is the mode of Brajabhava means through the actions of Madhavendra Puri. Maravirakhobi, it shows the attitude of a devotee. That's what makes it the Brajabhava, isn't it? And Narad Muni explains, the story comes when Krishna performs the pastimes of fever. And he says that, my fever only, it can be overcome, cured, only when I get the dust of the lotus feet of my devotees. So from that pastime also, we can understand that everyone says, no, 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 how can I give the dust? That the gopis, without worrying for anything happened to them. If this is what is pleasing to Krishna, gopis were willing to give, even though at the cost of for them to go to hell or taking any kind of inconvenience. So the Brajabhava is also is one's attitude, and every one of us gets tested. How much we are willing to serve and what mood we are willing to serve. This Madhavendra Puri's pastime is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, again and again glorifying. My understanding is to see what was the mood of Madhavendra Puri. At all circumstances, there's no objection, there's no hesitation. And looks like every time he was very simple. He didn't want it to any recognition. He didn't want to have any recognition. He ran away from, Gopinath's temple, knowing well that people will come. Same time, Jagannath Puri also, he wanted to run away, for not trying to be honored. He wanted to focus on camphor and sandalwood because that's what his Lord Krishna wants. And he carried the load. Of course, he did not personally carry, but the hard labor is involved. Continue to walk with so much of inconveniences. That's a great. If you all don't mind, I was, while studying this, is also reminding me, some of the disciples of Srila Prabhupada, and including Prabhupada also. Many Prabhupada's disciples, as we read from Lilamrit, they all took so much of inconveniences, took so much of risks to propagate Prabhupada's mission. And now Mayapur is also booming with devotees, and His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj amazingly, continuing to serve and enthusiastically inspiring everybody, still in management, the way he presents is still in administration. How wonderful things he has done. He also has done along with many others. This is the Gaudiya, this is our parampara. I see it. And the another thing is, Madhavendra Puri, through this description, we can see the standard of deity worship. He put all these details. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami put all these details on how he hired people, how he initiated people to render the service, what was done, each and every details. Of course, not complete details, but step by step, the deity installation process was described, deity worship was described. It's a very educational. Others has any, want to share some comments on this, please? Anyone else? Okay, we'll move to the next then. Okay, here, 196, Madan Nilamre, please.
শেষকালে এই শ্লোক পঠিতে পঠিতে সিদ্ধি প্রাপ্তি হইল পুরীর শ্লোকের সহিতে।
Madhavendra Puri recited this verse again and again at the end of his material existence. Thus, uttering this verse, he attained the ultimate goal of life. And what is this verse?
ওই দীন দয়ার্দ্রনাথ হে মথুরানাথ কদাভ লোকস্যে হৃদয়ং তদ্লোককাতরং দয়িত ভ্রম্যাতি কিং করোম্যাহম।
Vishnu, can you please read the meter of this one?
You're asking me to read Oy Dina Dayardanatha He Matharanatha Kadavalokshase Hridayam Todaloka Kataram Dayita Brahmati Kim Karomyaham.
Yeah, thank you. So this is a Sanskrit probably, right?
Yes.
Yeah. O my Lord, O most merciful Master, O Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O most beloved one, what shall I do now? Prabhu, please read the purport if you like this one paragraph. Anyone like to read this purport, please? Let's make a group effort. Okay, let me read. The uncontaminated devotees who strictly depend on the Vedanta philosophy are divided into 4 sampradayas or transcendental parties. Out of the 4 sampradayas, the Madhvacharya Sampradaya was accepted by Madhavendra Puri. Thus, he took sannyas according to parampara, the disciplic succession. Beginning from Madhvacharya down to the spiritual master of Madhavendra Puri, the Acharya named Lakshmipati, there was no realization of devotional service in conjugal love. Sri Madhavendra Puri introduced the conception of conjugal love for the first time in the Madhvacharya Sampradaya. And this conclusion of the Madhvacharya Sampradaya was revealed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he toured southern India and met the Tattvavadis, who supposedly belonged to the Madhvacharya Sampradaya. So we will go step by step here, as we have been discussing. Vishnugata Prabhu and me were discussing that there are 4 Vaishnava Sampradayas. It says the uncontaminated devotees who strictly depend on the Vedanta philosophy are divided into 4 Sampradayas. 4 Sampradayas has 4 moods, different kind of mood they serve the Lord. And Madhavendra Puri accepts the Sampradaya of Madhvacharya. So the interesting point is made here is beginning from Madhvacharya down to Lakshmipati. Madhvacharya, Lakshmipati is spiritual master of Madhavendra Puri. So from Madhvacharya until Lakshmipati, even though it's Sampradaya, their mood was very different. They did not imbibe or realize the mode of conjugal love. Conjugal love is a very important point. So Madhavendra Puri actually introduced the conception of conjugal love first time in this Sampradaya. So yet, even though we are known as Brahma Madhva Sampradaya, we are called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, because in this chain, Madhavendra Puri has shared his realization of conjugal love. Because this particular verse is chanted in the Radharani's mood. It's a conjugal love. Okay, anyone wants to read the second paragraph, please? Probably you want to read, Vishnu, you want to read this one, please?
When Sri Krishna left Vrindavan and accepted the kingdom of Mathura, Srimati Radharani, out of ecstatic feelings of separation, expressed how Krishna can be loved in separation. Thus, devotional service in separation is central to this verse. Worship in separation is considered by the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya to be the topmost level of devotional service. According to this conception, the devotee thinks of himself as very poor and neglected by the Lord. Thus, he addresses the Lord as Dina Dayadra Nath, as did Madhavendra Puri. Such an ecstatic feeling is the highest form of devotional service. Because Krishna had gone to Mathura, Srimati Radharani was very much affected, and she expressed herself thus: "My dear Lord, because of your separation, my mind has become overly agitated. Now tell me, what can I do? I am poor, and you are very merciful, so kindly have compassion upon me and let me know when I shall see you. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always expressing the ecstatic emotions of Srimati Radharani that she exhibited when she saw Uddhava at Vrindavan. Similar feelings experienced by Madhavendra Puri are expressed in this verse. Therefore, Vaishnavas in the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya say that the ecstatic feelings experienced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his appearance came from Madhavendra Puri through Ishvara Puri. All the devotees in the line of the Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya accept these principles of devotional service.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Such an amazing, and Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says this mode is understood or can be understood, right? Yeah. The only Srimati Radharani, Madhavendra Puri, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are capable of understanding the purport of this verse. Now, what we understand this first of all, the mode of separation in Vipralamba Bhava, Srimati Radharani, which she manifested, expressed her love for Krishna, and Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura. Now the question comes: Is it the parampara gives the mode of separation, or one can understand that verse also? Before it says that no one can understand except Radharani, Madhava, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now we see what should we understand from here. This mode, therefore, Vaishnavas in the Gaudiya Sampradaya say that the ecstatic feelings experienced by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during his appearance came from Sri Madhavendra Puri through Ishvara Puri. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu manifested this mode of separation. And thus he gives Sikshashtakam also. So it is said that he received from Ishvara Puri, and Ishvara Puri received from Madhavendra Puri. And all the devotees in the line of Gaudiya Madhva Sampradaya accept these principles of devotional service. So question is, will we be able to understand this or no? This mode. Or in simple, it's not possible to understand what Madhavendra Puri is feeling. Everybody can understand according to their capacity. Like rather, Madhavendra Puri is feeling the feelings of separation from Krishna. Radharani is feeling separation from Krishna. Of course, Radharani's feelings of separation is very, very intense, and it said that Madanaksha Mahabhava, like her, no one can do this. So I'm just putting this question: in parampara, can anyone realize this mode of intense love of separation, or in general, everyone can feel the intense love of separation from Krishna according to their rasa and bhava? Does it make sense? Prabhu, you want to say something? Vishnugada Prabhu.
I'll let others speak first. That's fine.
Dharanchar Prabhu, you want to say something? Mm-hmm.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
So maybe a little bit above, or maybe way above my, or many of us are adhikari to try to understand this. But from a distance, this mood can be appreciated. And elements of the mood, we can use this to intensify our service and our meditation upon Krishna through appreciation and just trying to understand it, even if it's from a distance. Primarily, our mood is through the service going through Vaidhi Bhakti, is in the mood of dasya, that of service, following the regulative principles, following them under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. But we're also following those principles in service to Lord Caitanya, who is also a Raganuga Bhakta. He's in the mood, and he's in this mood. So we're connected at the same time. So from my limited understanding, trying to understand this, reading this, serving it from a distance through appreciation, hearing from other enlightened beings upon this mood, studying these words of Sripad Madhavendra Tripuri, at the same time carrying out and executing, the principles that have been given to us in Vaidhi Bhakti.
Thank you. I want to share, I think I have something here. Just one second. The stages of bhakti, if this is the one? No, sorry. Not this. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. The stages of bhakti, I have it here. Let me put this. It shows from Madhurya Kadambini, from Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nibriti, the Nishtha, Asakti, Bhava, and Prema. They're the 8 stages of awakening. We are familiar with it very much. So these are systematic levels beginning from Shraddha to Prema. One can attain the Prema stage. But beyond beyond Prema is also there. It's called loftier regions of bhakti. After beyond Prema, it's called Sneha. Sneha is that when the heart melts with excessive love. We are familiar with Sneha word. In Hindi also it's familiar. Sneha means when heart melts with excessive love. Then after Sneha also, and then Mana is also another feeling. It says extreme Sneha. When Sneha becomes extreme, that uncovers new delightful regions of loving exchanges, making the beloved externally behave a capricious way. That after Sneha, Mana is also another further level of feeling. From Mana, next comes is Pranaya. Pranaya is a type of Mana that includes the beloved to feel on equal terms with the lover. So when it becomes equal terms, there can be quarrels of love between them. And we can see there's quarrels between Krishna and gopis. It's because of the pranaya. Raga. And after pranaya is raga. Raga means conflicting emotions in the beloved, sometimes of unbearable lamentation, and sometimes of extreme happiness. These are the raga. Then comes anuraga. Anuraga is the love that makes the beloved experience her old lover as if meeting him for the very first time. It's like ever fresh, new. That's anuraga. And Mahabhava, this is the point actually I wanted to bring. Mahabhava Swarupini, right? Radharani is known as Mahabhava Swarupini. The highest expression of love with all its diversity and complexity. This is not found in any of the other loving exchanges, the Mahabhava. Then comes Modanaksha Mahabhava, Modanaksha Mahabhava and Madanaksha Mahabhava, the different level. So my understanding that Madanaksha Mahabhava is experienced only by Radharani, no one else. So Vishnugata Prabhu, this question I was putting, Madhavendra Puri's feeling of separation, because he's singing that song, that prayer, is definitely experienced by Radharani, because her verse is Madhavendra Puri is also feeling the same intense love of separation as Srimati Radharani. And second thing is that it is said that no one else can understand that mode. Can the disciplic succession can experience that mode? You want to say something?
Oh, you're asking me that question.
Just because I'm asking. So,
Well,
yeah.
you know, do we have any instruction that we're supposed to feel that in our level of sadhan, bhakti, which is not sudden, but sadhan, you know, that when Srila Prabhupada first, you know, there's the talk he gave on chanting Hare Krishna.
Hmm.
And there he talks about how when you chant the holy names of the Lord, it's like the genuine cry of the child for the mother,
Hmm.
which is that's a separation. That's separation. The child is separated from the mother. So there's this. That's the same attitude as being mentioned here. Perhaps not in the full understanding or the full awareness of it as Madhavendra Puri, Lord Chaitanya, or Srimati Radharani, but still that aspect is there even from the very beginning of devotional service given by that talk by Srila Prabhupada.
Hmm.
So that's and it's reiterated many times, like in Srila Prabhupada used to talk about how the Sad Goswami Ashtakam.
Yeah.
Sad Goswami Ashtakam, the verses He Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kuta Si Govardhana. So where are you? Where are you, Srimati Radharani? Are you over by Govardhan? Are you, like that? So, and he encouraged devotees to think that way, as opposed to think that we already have Krishna, we already know Krishna, we have Krishna in our grasp. Lord Chaitanya, even in the second verse of the Shikshashtaka, conveys this aspect a little bit when he says, the holy name alone can render all benediction upon the living beings, and therefore you have hundreds and millions of names, and there's no even hard or fast rules for chanting your own. But unfortunate it is, as I am, I have no attraction for them, no taste, no nanuraga. So that's also kind of a symptom of being separated from devotional service and advanced devotional service and Krishna consciousness. So I'm making the point that to a small extent we may experience or practice that, but not to the full extent Madhavendra Puri, Lord Chaitanya, or Srimati Radharani has, following in the footsteps of those exalted personalities, and Srila Prabhupada as well. He's teaching us in the same way.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice. Yeah. Devotees has any comments on this, please? Any questions, comments on this? Anyone like to share something? It's very important, what a treasure we have it in our movement. What a treasure Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought. Krishna was happy. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Krishna is happy actually. And he is happy. He wanted to share that happiness to all of us. And that's why he left it. He gave it to Madhavendra Puri. And again, he received back from Madhavendra Puri. And he's distributing to this parampara up to all of us. This is a wonderful treasure. Oh my Lord, oh most merciful Master, oh Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. Oh, most beloved one, what shall I do now? Well, I think this is the goal. This is the Sambandha, Avideya, and Prayajana. In the Prayajana stage, one definitely can experience such kind of feelings of separation from Krishna, if, as our practice sincerely. We have some more time. Mother Nilambre, can you please read this one?
Sure, Prabhu. এই শ্লোক পড়িতে প্রভু হইল মূর্ছিতে, প্রেমেতে বিবশ হইয়া পড়িল ভূমিতে।
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited this verse, he immediately fell to the ground unconscious. He was overwhelmed and had no control over himself. Please.
Aste, I can see the Bengali. Aste আস্তে ব্যস্তে কোলে করি নীল নিত্যানন্দ ক্রন্দন করিয়া তবে উঠে গৌড়চন্দ্র।
When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell to the ground in ecstatic love, Lord Nityananda quickly took him on his lap. Crying, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then got up again. So my question is, we can come. Why did this situation, this emotions came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? What happened after reciting this verse? Because it was his verse. He's in the mode of Srimati Radharani. When he recited this verse, he felt very intense separation from Krishna. It was very overwhelming for him in separation of Krishna. So these are the ecstatic symptoms he manifested as soon as he recited this verse. Just wanted to bring that point. Okay, text 200, please.
প্রেমোন্মাদ হইল উঠি ইতি উতি ধায় হুঙ্কার করায় হাসে কাঁদে নাচে গায়।
Exhibiting ecstatic emotions, the Lord began to run here and there, making resounding noises. Sometimes he laughed and sometimes he cried, and sometimes he danced and sang.
ওই দিন বলে বারবার কণ্ঠে না নিঃশ্বাস বাণী নেত্রে অশ্রুধার।
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not recite the whole verse. He simply said, "Ay Dina," repeatedly. Thus he could not speak, and profuse tears were in his eyes. And because of his ecstasy, he was not able to speak the whole the verse. Go ahead, please.
কম্প স্বেদ পুলকাশ্রু স্তম্ভ বৈবর্ণ নির্বেদ বিষাদ ভাড্য গর্ভ হর্ষ দৈন্য।
Trembling, respiration, jubilant tears, shock, fading of the bodily luster, disappointment, moroseness, loss of memory, pride, joy, and humility were all visible in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Jadya is explained as loss of memory brought about by severe shock due to separation from the beloved. In that state of mind, one loses all concern for loss and gain, hearing and seeing, as well as other considerations. This marks the preliminary appearance of illusion. And it reminds me, sometimes we see when someone loses something from dearmost one person can be in big shock. Of course, we see all this in material platform, but in spiritual platform, we can see in separation from Krishna, all this shock and memory loss, everything can be manifested.
Merlarengo or Morali Rengo.
So I'll pause it here. It's 8:45. Can you please share something? Anyone would like to, any questions or comments? We have some more. Maybe let's see how much we have. Yeah, we can read few from. Should we finish it up? There is no purport here. Whatever you all say.
Yeah, please finish it.
Okay. Where I was. Yeah. Text 2 or 3. Mother Vindhyavali, you have more service now. Sorry, Mother Nilambar.
এই শ্লোকে উঘাড়িলা প্রেমের কপাট গোপীনাথ সেবক দেখে প্রভুর প্রেমনাট।
This verse uncovered the door of ecstatic love. And when it was exhibited, all the servants of Gopinath saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dance in ecstasy. Yes.
লোকের সংঘট্ট দেখি প্রভুর বাহ্য হইল ঠাকুরের ভোগ সারি আরতি বাজিল।
When many people crowded around Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he regained his external senses. In the meantime, the offering to the deity had been finished, and there was a resounding arati performance.
ঠাকুরের শয়ন করাইয়া পূজারি হইল বাহির, প্রভুর আগে আনি দিল প্রসাদ বার ক্ষীর।
When the deities were laid down to rest, the priest came out of the temple and offered all 12 pots of sweet rice to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
ক্ষীর দেখি মহাপ্রভুর আনন্দ বাড়িল, ভক্তগণে খাওয়াইতে পঞ্চক্ষীর লইল।
When all the pots of sweet rice, remnants left by Gopinath, were placed before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became very pleased. In order to feed the devotees, he accepted 5 of them.
সাতক্ষীর পূজারীকে বহুরিয়া দিল, পঞ্চক্ষীর পঞ্চজনে বাটিয়া খাইল।
The 7 remaining pots were pushed forward and delivered to the priest. Then the 5 pots of sweet rice the Lord had accepted were distributed among the 5 devotees, and they ate the prasadam.
গোপীনাথ রূপে যদি করিয়াছেন ভোজন, ভক্তি দেখাইতে কইল প্রসাদ ভক্ষণ।
Being identical with the Gopinath deities, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had already tasted and eaten the pots of sweet rice. Yet, just to manifest devotional service, he again ate the pots of sweet rice as a devotee.
নাম সংকীর্তনে সেই রাত্রি গোঙাইলা, মঙ্গল আরতি দেখি প্রভাতে চলিলা।
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed that night at the temple, engaged in congregational chanting. In the morning, after seeing the Mangalarati performance, he departed.
গোপাল গোপীনাথ পুরী গোসাইয়ের গুণ, ভক্ত সঙ্গে শ্রীমুখে প্রভু কইলা আস্বাদন।
In this way, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally tasted with his own mouth the transcendental qualities of Gopalji, Gopinath, and Sri Madhavendra Puri.
এই তো আখ্যানে কইলা দোহার মহিমা, প্রভুর ভক্ত বৎসলা আর ভক্ত প্রেম সীমা।
Thus, I have described both the transcendental glories of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's affection for his devotees and the highest limit of ecstatic love of God.
শ্রদ্ধাযুক্ত হইয়া এই শুনে যেই জন, শ্রীকৃষ্ণ চরণে সেই পায় প্রেমধন।
One who hears this narration with faith and devotion attains the treasure of love of Godhead at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna.
শ্রীরূপ রঘুনাথ পদে যার আশ, চৈতন্য চরিতামৃত কহে কৃষ্ণ দাস।
Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishna Das, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. Purport. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purports of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 4th chapter, describing Sri Madhavendra Puri's devotional service. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
For reading, and thank you so much for all your sharing realizations. And please feel free. We have a few minutes. Wasn't it such a wonderful narration? It shows what sangha we have it, what treasure of love we have it. The mode of separation, which is exhibited by great personalities, can be we can receive it through proper mode and proper process. That's what I learned it. Any other?
Yes, Prabhu. I have a question. You say sometime like in our devotional life, we have so many services we're performing. Sometimes we're not able to do that due to certain circumstances, and there is a feeling of separation there. So, and this separation doesn't last for a long time. Sometimes you feel, sometimes you don't feel, sometimes you feel it very intensely, and what's the reason of that?
Yeah. You are saying separation from the service or separation from the devotees?
Separation, we can say both. Separation from, service, from certain places of worship, from certain down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I know, not at the beginning stage also, these are the symptoms, we may feel this is very natural. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was also not all the time he was manifesting his ecstatic symptoms, isn't it? In advanced stage also, you can feel the separation, different mood, different rasas is manifested. At the beginning, occasionally, that's why this bhakti called unsteady devotion. It's not committed. So these are the very natural, because our attachment to the devotional service. That's a very good thing, actually, feeling separation. And sometimes not. I mean, that's the way it is, because we cannot. Krishna is so kind; he makes us forget as well, so that we can continue focus on the purpose. Gopis. There's a verse from in Dwarka Lila. Dwarka Lila, the wives of Krishna, they didn't wanted ecstasis, because the ecstasis can be an impediment to their service. So service is more important. Ecstasy is like a byproduct will come. One does not have to separately work hard. Rather, we focus on the service. Narottam Das Thakur also says in Lalasamaya, he says, hankering. He says, when the hairs on my body will stand, when I will go to Vrindavan, the goosebumps will come, when I'll feel ecstasy, when I chant Gaurang and Nityananda Prabhu's name. Yeah, we can aspire for it. We can aspire for it. If I understood your question, that's what I said. These symptoms will come and manifest and go. We have to forget so that we can continue our service. But that's a good thing, though. That was your point, Mother Golokananda Priya?
And my point was, sometimes we feel it, sometimes we don't feel it. So
yeah. If the two things, sometimes we feel ecstasy is another thing, or sometimes we feel like to do service and sometimes we don't feel like doing service. That's two different things. When we feel to do service enthusiastic, and as we constantly do, one becomes steady. That's called Nishta stage. Nishta stage is that even if one doesn't feel like, they will be very determined. And as we advance, we will, without doing, we cannot live. At the beginning, we have to push ourselves. And later, when someone stops us, we cannot refrain from doing it. And that's the gradual, when Rupa Goswami says, when one discharges service with patience and determination, all the symptoms will come. I'll give a very good, simple example. Right. For us, we do daily meditation, chanting. And so many yogis, they do the meditation. For what? Is so that we can attain, we can remember Krishna. On the Gopi stage, is mentioned, Gopis do the meditation. Once Nalmani goes and sees, all the Gopis are doing meditation. The whole Braja was like quiet and everybody's meditation. Can anyone guess why they were doing meditation? They wanted to forget Krishna. So it's interesting because they were so puzzled by Krishna, like this. Krishna's thoughts was throughout their body. They were meditating. Oh, I want to forget Krishna because it's bothering me. So that's the stage they have reached. So, you want to say something?
Why were they feeling that way?
Because of their intense love, as we mentioned, that stages of bhakti, generally we study about 8. But in certain mana and pranaya, they will say some kind of the feeling of anger. When there's a feelings of equality is there, you will find, just like in modern world, in this life, When lovers and beloved, they meet, they have certain expressions. When that becomes intensified, they can fight also. So they're agitated by so much of Krishna's thoughts. Sometimes let me forget it. But they meditate to forget Krishna, but actually instead they're still thinking of Krishna. So the point is how for the conditioned state, thinking of Krishna is so hard. And for the advanced stage, forgetting Krishna is so hard. That's the lesson we learn from this. Krishna cannot be separated. Of course, this is a very high standard of example. Is it okay, Golok Nandipriya Mata? That's what I could explain. So we have this rasas available, but we need to continue by following the footsteps of the great personalities and humbly serve and aspire for this, hanker for this. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop it here. Thank you so much. We'll continue the new chapter next time.
Thank you, Krishna Kirtan.